By the end of this video, you'll have a full understanding of the steps it'll take to become wealthy. Your mind will be reprogrammed with a new purpose and direction. Disclaimer: I'm not giving financial advice here, but like it or not, being rich is a mind state, a belief system, if you will. Most people don't understand the principles of wealth. The educational system doesn't teach you how to get rich. It teaches you how to be a worker who trades time for money. Waking up is like the movie Limitless. You start to see the world through different eyes and react differently. You realize the value of your time. You figure out that your time, in reality, is priceless. One must realize at some point that trading time for money is not an effective method to attain wealth. You can't leave the rat race by racing rats, so to speak. Once that revelation takes hold, the mind of a rich person begins its evolution. Get started now, because time is priceless. Concentrate on the concept of gaining your personal time back by creating income from assets. This is a magic word in the world of investments. Assets are what the rich covet the most, because assets can create cash flow while they sleep. This is how you buy time. The first secret of the rich is to buy time. Time cannot be purchased or hoarded, like the Justin Timberlake movie, In Time. It can, however, be purchased figuratively. We've all heard the expression, time is money. To the poor, this means a higher rate or salary. To the rich, this means putting your money to work like an employee of sorts, then multiplying it into a workforce. It's tempting to spend your money on consumption. Short-term gratification has always been the norm among humans. This, however, leaves no resources left to gain any time value. When you leverage your money correctly, you can effectively do more in less time. The rich own corporations and real estate investments. Assets can appreciate and create cash flow simultaneously. That means growing wealth in two ways. If you don't have a down payment for a property, you can buy REITs. The barrier to entry on real estate can be reduced in many ways creatively also. Be sure to subscribe for how to do that in an upcoming video. The current education system teaches almost nothing about wealth creation until academia's highest levels. It produces hourly laborers. It's easier than ever to start buying shares with today's technology. Educate yourself on each asset you buy thoroughly and do your own research. If you aren't comfortable, get more help from someone you trust or an investment professional. You should avoid debt in most cases. Average people use debt to buy things like cars, vacations, and other things they should be buying outright. Did you know that debt, however, is the second secret of the rich on our list? This may sound counterintuitive to some of you, but to others it may sound obvious. It was said best by the Rich Dad, Poor Dad author Robert Kiyosaki: there is good debt and there is bad debt. How can there be good debt? Well, there are things you buy that go down in value, like your car as you are driving it. Then there are things that will go up in value over time, like real estate, and businesses with good growth. The quickest way to free yourself of unnecessary debt is to stop carrying credit card balances. This is the worst offender. Get a car paid for in full that can still be reliable. Avoid interest on depreciating assets, period. That's bad debt. Once you have your lifestyle expenses under control, where there's some money left for investment, then you can start using debt to make profits. I'm going to blow some of your minds right now by telling you that all money is debt. It's been like that since 1971, when President Richard Nixon removed the dollar's claim to U.S. gold. To learn more about this in a later video, be sure you have the bell rung on your subscription. When the dollar lost its gold backing, the dollar became debt-based, meaning it no longer was a claim to gold, but a debt that taxpayers now owed. That being said, when you hold dollars nowadays, you're holding a depreciating asset. That's because it's printed every day. It's being inflated in perpetuity, which dilutes its value. What does that mean for you? It means you better figure out how to create money. You heard that correctly, I said. Create money. When you borrow a loan from the bank, they don't use existing money. They punch numbers into a computer. Banks create money by issuing debt out of thin air. So when you create loans to buy real estate, you are printing money with your actions. How much of that you can use as leverage will depend on a number of factors. The idea is to buy, hold, renovate, then refinance to buy more. It's that simple once the ball is rolling. Starting is the hardest part. Your equity appreciates every month. You can borrow against it when you refinance later. Hopefully, Now you're starting to recognize how the rich get richer. So the rich use debt. The most obvious reason for this is leverage. One of the more hidden reasons is to avoid taxation. This is probably the most important piece of the puzzle, actually. I should have saved this for last, but it couldn't wait. The third secret of the rich. Buy, borrow, die. Maybe you've heard this phrase. It's imperative to achieve peak wealth accumulation. You hear about it all the time. How billionaires get away with not paying taxes, right? How do they do it? They borrow instead of getting paid. Think about it. Why would you sell off assets to pay yourself? It's taxable at a high rate, like an employee or average investor paying capital gains. Wouldn't it be a better decision to go to the bank and ask them for a personal loan against your assets? When's the last time you paid taxes on a loan? The answer is never. You pay interest. Tax rates can be much higher than the interest rate on a line of credit. This can supercharge your wealth. The wealthy use other sophisticated entities like trusts to shelter assets. There are also creative ways to write off extravagances through your corporations. As an example, you could live in one of the homes your corporation owns and be your own tenant. Then you can borrow against your assets personally to pay your corporation the rent, all without triggering any income or capital gains event, merely the loan interest. Corporations pay a lower tax rate. You can also take out loans and enjoy the same tax benefits of buy, borrow, die. Anyone can start a corporation. It's not rocket science. The taxes may cost more to calculate, but when your wealth hits a certain point, it starts to make more sense. You'll keep more of what you make. That brings us to the fourth secret of the rich. They play the long game. The idea of delayed short-term gratification must be embraced. You do need to learn to live within your means at all times, even when you become rich. Living outside your means becomes foreign once your habits and perspectives change. You don't get ripped after one workout at the gym. You must play the long game to achieve your goals. Consistency, dedication, persistence. These are the traits you'll need to embrace. You'll be battling yourself. You'll battle your procrastination, your self-doubts, your need for dopamine, and your lack of motivation. Move forward always. Go in one direction and focus on it. Einstein once said, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it." You should embrace focusing your efforts and resources in one direction. That long game perspective can grow to levels that are hard to fathom at this point. Let's move on to secret number 5 of the rich. Starting and selling businesses. Businesses can go up in value much faster than real estate. They can also go down to zero. It's a different game. But with the right ideas and marketing, a business can catapult your wealth by many multiples. Get a great idea that makes a profit and has enough demand to be scalable. Solve problems. Come up with solutions. If you lose, learn from it. Get up and try again. Just don't bet the farm and know your limits in this area. It doesn't take much. Bootstrapping your startup with bare-bones expenses is a must. 90% of new businesses fail. It's mostly due to greed, poor planning, and improper execution. If you can overcome the obstacles, the sky is literally the limit when it comes to building a company. You can build up the value of your shares, borrow against them, or sell them. You can issue new shares to raise capital privately, or go public with the company in an IPO, initial public offering. Then you'll be trading on the stock exchange, where capital is always searching for growth. Build your company's value up until you're ready to cash out or keep it going. Either way, business ventures can build wealth quicker than almost anything. Don't have a business idea? The sixth secret of the rich might just inspire you to come up with something. The rich see opportunity everywhere. Frankly, if anything, they become more active in market downturns. They prepare to accumulate more assets on the cheap while maneuvering their capital to the best opportunities for the time. If there's a new trend in society, something that is catching on, they'll invest or mold startups around them. If there's a gold rush, sell the shovels and pickaxes. Again, think about solutions to the world's problems and make it a habit. If the socioeconomic climate changes, try to look for new investments that will benefit from it. Hone your skills constantly. Study the craft of money-making is a lifelong journey. And that leads into our seventh secret of the rich. Constant self-improvement. Discipline, as mentioned earlier, is such an important part of the journey. You're the biggest obstacle in your quest for financial freedom. There's a reason guys like Tai Lopez told you to read all of those self-help wealth books. That's because it's paramount to success. Knowledge truly is power. The self-help gurus aren't spewing nonsense. Believing in oneself and your purpose is key to unlocking your potential. Exercise. Watch what you eat. Set higher standards. Shift your path through thoughts and actions. Envision what you want. Believe you already have it. If you can get yourself into the 5% of people who put self-discipline and effort at the forefront of your life, you'll become an absolute savage, a predator in the game of life. Transformed into a better version of you. Are you ready for it? Believe it's coming, and it will. If you haven't already liked this video, please do. If you know someone who might want to see this, it's much appreciated.